Bitcoin history looks to be repeating yet again, and in this exact video I will be talking about what kind of a thing I'm currently seeing here in the market, and I will also go over the most important Bitcoin charts that are currently playing out. Is Bitcoin right now creating a double top? I will be answering that question and much more important things here, so don't forget to slap up that like button on today's update video. Can we once again smash it back above 500 likes? That will be absolutely incredible. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards the content. And once looking at the imminent short term of Bitcoin, we can start to see that on the 1 hour time frame, Bitcoin is actually starting to create somewhat of a small uptrend right now. And I wanted to be looking as well at a potential downtrend from the top side. However, I'm right now not seeing enough significance to draw a beautiful downward sloping resistance line. However, we are starting to create somewhat of a consolidation phase, and we are clearly having an upward sloping support line that so far is holding us up very well on the price action of Bitcoin. Furthermore, we can see that on the 4 hourly time frame, this level we could even extend it, and you can see that basically Bitcoin has been trading in an uptrend on this support line for already about 22 days there. And on that 4 hourly time frame, we could potentially start to look at that downward sloping resistance line. You can see here from the top side towards the downside, we are creating a downward sloping resistance trend, and if we do break above this trend right here, we could potentially expect that we're going to be seeing a breakout somewhere at the beginning point of February. So I give it another 3 to 4 days before we're going to be having a breakout of this exact pattern. We're creating a symmetrical triangle, and the pattern is set to be breaking within 4 days. So let's see how it is going to be playing out here. I'm going to keep my eyes wide open on this chart right now, because it is indicating that probably the volatility is going to be picking up for Bitcoin. And talking about volatility picking up, it is likely actually to see that the volatility is picking up over the course of the weekend, because like you can see, over the course of the last 4 weekends, Bitcoin has pumped, and on the Monday it started dumping. So that is very interesting to see actually. So could we once again see the same? I mean, right now it's Sunday, we've got like another 14 hours in this weekend, so yeah, it could still definitely happen. Usually at the end of the Sunday we tend to see the big pump happening for Bitcoin, at least at the last 4 times we saw this signal flashing. So this is definitely an interesting thing to pay attention to, and maybe potentially yet again we could start to see the weekend movement happening. And if we do pump on the weekend, like I told everyone yesterday, I am going to be expecting we're going to come down in the following week, and if we're going to be dumping over the course of the weekend, I think we're going to recover over the course of the next week. That's basically how I will be trading it, and it's basically how I am expecting the markets are going to be playing out here. On the 4 hourly time frame as well, there is a potential scenario where Bitcoin is creating a double top. We're currently creating one, and really what we want to see here is Bitcoin recover, because right now we can see that their strength in the Bitcoin price action is really coming down. You can see that on the this structure right here, we're creating less and less exponential highs here, what means that we're basically losing significant momentum. We're creating a potential double top right here, what could also be a sign of losing momentum. And right now we're still holding up towards the upper sloping support line, but if we do fall below this one as well, it could be a signal that Bitcoin is potentially going to see some more downward sloping pressure. You can also see that we're creating somewhat of a flag right here, and if I am looking at history, this flag has played out several times before, and one of the times it played out here was back in 2019. Like you can see, in 2019 in the bear market stage here, we had of course that massive drop towards the downside. Then we recovered, we actually formed the bottom already, and then we recovered towards the upside, had a big pump, and had this consolidation phase towards the upside, this bull flag, upward sloping bull flag. And if I'm looking at the 2022 recovery to slash 2023, you can see this was the initial crash here. We came down, we had that recovery towards the upside, we had that recovery towards the upside, we came down, formed a higher low, we came down, we formed a higher low, we had that trend here towards the upside, we had the trend towards the upside, and then that initial spike towards the upside, what was number 4. So the move is very similar. If I compare the bear market recovery of 2022/2023 towards 2019/2018, you can see it's a very similar movement. And that makes it very interesting for me to trade, because right now as well, if I'm looking at 2019, you can see we created an upward sloping bull flag. We created an upward sloping trend with actually also weakening highs, and many people were expecting that actually this was going to be the top, because yeah, it was looking like a weak move here. And actually right now as well, we're seing the same. We we are having somewhat of a weak move towards the upside. But if it's similar towards 2019, I mean, like you can see in 2019, it absolutely skyrocketed towards the upside, and it didn't stop until it hit 14.4k from off the low of around $3,000. What is an absolutely crazy multiplier. It's from the low to the high, approximately 330% move. So make sure to be aware, these things can happen in bear markets. Bitcoin can move up 100% and we still are in a bear market. So I want to be pointing out that this maybe looks very weak on the imminent short term. We are seeing that double top. We are seeing, of course, some weakening structures on the lower time frame for Bitcoin. It could definitely just be 2019, 2018 all over again. So I want to be pointing that out here. Currently with my trade, I've got my stop loss set up on $19,000. So if we do move down towards $19,000, that is the point where I will be exiting my long position and close down at approximately $15,000 in profit. However, if we do move down to 21.1k, that is the point where I will add more margin towards my trade. And if we move up towards levels of $25,000, that is the point where I will be starting to start taking profits on my trade. So make sure to subscribe to the channel right now if you want to be staying exactly up to date how I will be trading this exact trade and how I will also take profits on this trade right now here as well. If you are interested in swing trading yourself, you could do so on Bybit. If you right now sign up an account using the link in the description, you can claim a $30,000 deposit bonus. And if you're living in the US or you can't use Bybit, you can check out BitGet, because BitGet allows you to trade without KYC, without VPN, and it allows you to trade in the US as well. So make sure to check it out. But furthermore, looking really at the daily time frame for Bitcoin, what is likely to happen here if I'm just purely looking at the big support below us? If we are going to be having that movement, correction movement, where everyone almost looks to be talking about, the realistic target where we will be finding massive support is 21.1k. But since so many more people are starting to talk about it, I'm actually willing to add more margin towards my trades, right? Because so many people are saying we're going to go down. Many people are also starting to short Bitcoin. But if we come down, this is my target, 21.5k. That is the big level of support. That is also the range where I expect there's going to be a massive amount of support found for Bitcoin. And if you're really looking at that weekly time frame, I'm going to say, okay, where is the big resistance to be breaking? Like I told you, it's at $25,000. It's the low of the Luna collapse. It's the high of the bear market recovery phase. And we are currently retesting it again. And you can see this red box of resistance is just the level to be breaking on the weekly time frame. If we do break above this level, it's going to be absolutely exciting for Bitcoin. The bulls are winning at that point again on the higher time frames. Right now on the weekly time frame, we're still in a bear trend, and yeah, we may broke, of course, the 400-day downtrend, like you can see from this high towards the downside right here. But still, we need to be breaking above this previous high in the market on the weekly time frame to confirm that we are going to be looking bullish as well on the bigger picture. So this was it for me on today's update video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to slap up that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Peace out, goodbye.